Welcome to my review of Sonic the Hedgehog, directed by first-timer Jeff Fowler, starring Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik, James Marsden as Tom, aka the Donut Lord, and Ben Schwartz as Sonic himself. In this movie, our boy Sonic is living in a small town called Green Hills, reference to the video games, where James Marsden's character Tom is a police officer with little to nothing to do other than guiding animals. Where then the US government deploy Robotnik, Jim Carrey, in to track Sonic down. Now, I don't condone this sort of behaviour from the internet, but we need to talk about the old Sonic the Hedgehog model. It looked horrible. But in this instance, the fans were right. They did listen. They did fix Sonic, make him look beautiful, how I would have expected him to look. Now, is it perfect? No. Is it good? Absolutely. Absolutely. But does character design really make a movie? Absolutely not, no. I still would have watched it with how Sonic used to look. That's my humble opinion. So you probably sat there wondering, how was the film? The Sonic movie is Ben Schwartz has done a very good job of portraying Sonic. He has been funny, witty, and it worked so very well. So very well. And I don't think if you're not a Sonic fan, you wouldn't be going to watch it. Just my opinion. I like Sonic. I've liked him throughout my life. I've got 4 older brothers who played the video games when they were little, so I was always sat there watching. So, growing up with Sonic. So I like Sonic. So if you're not really a fan of Sonic, you will leave disappointed, but fans of Sonic won't leave disappointed. It's a good movie, but it's not great. It is what I expected, and it's what I needed it to be. I feel like it feels the same as Detective Pikachu. The character is Detective Pikachu. Well, honoured the character of Pikachu, just as Sonic honoured the character of Sonic in this movie. There's few surprises in the movie. But there's heaps of fun along the way. It is a fun movie. This film is aimed at families, but it doesn't pander to kids. It's got adult jokes in there as well. It is a family movie that you can go out and watch with your family. It doesn't treat the kids like they're stupid, like some movies do, and it actually shows that they do care about this character, about Sonic, as evidenced by them changing the design when fans were like, absolutely hell no. Carrey's portrayal of Robotnik is more like his pet detective, his Riddler phase. He feels more like Riddler, but he's reined in. He's a bad guy, he's funny, he's comical, he feels like the Mask, he's unpredictable. There's a scene where he's dancing, but he's just doing weird dances. It's great. When he meets Tom for the first time, their dialogue between each other really shows the strangeness of Robotnik, of Carrey, that he has put into it. It's nice to see what Jim does, what he does best, being crazy and unpredictable in films. He's a hilarious character, and he is a saving grace of this movie. He really made the movie what it is. Every time you cut into him, there's laughs, he's enjoyable, worth it. I had no problems with the movie being human characters, if you know what I mean. Same with Detective Pikachu. I'm going to use that as a reference because it's the same sort of movie sort of thing. It's in the human world. So, it's what Hollywood like to do. They like to do this sort of movie where they throw a main character into a world of humans, and they're not running around doing their their Sonic thing against Robotnik. Now he is, but he's not with Tails. He's not with Knuckles. He's not with so and so. The list goes on, but it works. Now, contrast to that, the Smurfs. The Smurfs did it horrible. Gargamel? No. So, Hollywood have learned. And Jim Carrey is the saving grace of it. As I said before, he's one of the human characters. He's Robotnik. He has the craziness of Robotnik. That's what you need. That's who you need. He is enjoyable to watch. Very enjoyable to watch. He is the most Jim Carrey has been in a long, long time. So, it wraps up to, do you like Sonic? Yes. Then you will really enjoy this movie. At its heart, it is very Sonic centered. He is in the majority of the shots. They haven't cheaped out on having Sonic in or out of the movie. They do use a couple animations the same. Yes, it does slightly differ from the trailer. Yes, but ultimately, it is a Sonic movie. He is very orientated into this. It's very much about him wanting to fit in, that he has no one. He writes a bucket list, right? And one of his main things is to make an actual friend. So Sonic has been living on Earth for like 10 years after he was thrown out from his world, so to speak, because bad people were after him for his powers. The whole movie is flashbacky. You start in the main build-up in the last 20 minutes of the movie, where Sonic's running from Robotnik. Now, then it cuts to him as a child, and then we see how he meets Tom, Donut Lord, how he meets Tom's missus, Pretzel Lady, and how he meets everyone else, and how it builds into it. How we also learn how the EMP gets set off, which sends the US government after him, bringing into the plot, so to speak. Now, one of my biggest gripes with the movie is the domestic terrorist plot that they try to in place. So, because Tom and Sonic are on, James Marsden's character, Tom, is on the run, right? They have to... They're deemed terrorists and very dangerous. Domestic terrorists. Now, it's only looked at twice. One for it to appear on TV when they're in a hotel room. Surprise, Hollywood, right? And the other one when he goes to his missus's sister's house. Now, it just doesn't become unresolved. Like, he's walking around in public. He's able to use his police ID in San Francisco, right? It's not ideal. It is not ideal, to say the least. But I mean, it's taken lightly. It's taken lightly. It was just one of it's just to show. Another thing, product placement. Product placement of Olive Garden. I don't know what an Olive Garden is, right? But it's like, there's a scene near the beginning, and it's like, what apps have you got on your phone? And he says, only the default ones and Olive Garden, because when you're there, you're family. Right? Okay, fair enough. But then at the end, they kind of take the joke and run with it. At the end, there's a government official, the guy that talks about the MPs in the trailer, and knocks on the door and thanks them and gives them a letter. Now, we're like, oh yeah, he's going to get a high honour or a badge of honour or a badge of valour or something like that. No, it's a $50 gift certificate for Olive Garden. And he's like, have you tried their pasta bowl that never ends? It never ends. Well, no shit, Sherlock. Of course it doesn't, although it does. But it's easy to poke holes into a video game movie. Not gonna lie, it really, really is. But does it work? Yes. Yes, it does. Did I enjoy the movie? Yes. It was fun. It was what I expected. It's what I needed it to be. I didn't expect it to be better, and I didn't expect it to be worse. Could have been a lot worse, in all honesty. Justice League. But yeah, video game movies normally get a lot of stick and aren't very good. But I actually really enjoyed this one. So for that, I'm going to give it a solid 7.5 out of 10. It's not my favourite movie. It's not the worst movie. It's a controversial movie. How it's supposed to be a 2019 movie. Now it's a 2020 movie. But it's what it was. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to like the video, subscribe, links to my socials down below, Ty's socials down below, Trent's socials down below, Sebastian's socials down below, and Liam's socials down below. Also check out our Instagram to find out when we post, because we do post the thumbnail down every time. And remember, this is the way.